Hey guys, and welcome to the American Contractor Show special edition. Today we have a very special announcement exclusively for the American Contractor Show audience with our good friend Matt Mulholland from All Good Adjustments. He's also the president of GAPIA, C3 Group. He's with them too now, and of course he's the host of Listen to This Bull. And if you're not watching that, you need to go check it out. It's one of my favorite shows in the industry when it comes to the insurance restoration side of the industry. So welcome to the show, Matt.
Thanks, John. I appreciate you having me on.
No, thanks for joining us, and I'm really excited to have you here because you've got some really exciting news to share with us today that's really revolutionary to our industry.
Yes, I do. I think this might actually be the first time I get to say more than just the name of what's going on, too. So you do have somewhat of an exclusive here. I haven't even done this on my own show.
But that's really awesome, dude. I'm excited about that. And I've kind of been peeking around a little bit. I got invited to like some Facebook pages, and so I've kind of seen some of this, but I didn't really know what it was. So I'm really excited that we get to learn a little bit about what's going on in your world and in this new endeavor you guys are doing.
I appreciate it. So what we're doing is called National Claims Institute. And it's not a college or a university, but it is a research institute. So we're actually going to be doing some research and different kinds of things as well. But what's really exciting is that we're not just going to be talking about public adjuster stuff. One of the things that this industry is really missing more than anything else is a comprehensive education facility or place to go to really learn every aspect of the job, not just contractor stuff, not just public adjuster stuff. We're going to be training attorneys and engineers as well. I mean, everything first-party property claim involved. And we're going to bring in experts, people that know what they're doing on that side. Might even be talking to you, probably will be. Actually, I'm hoping to nail you down with some time and talk about supplementing classes or something along those lines. So we're pretty excited about what we've got to offer here, but in a very generalized term, we're opening a education portal with a brick and mortar and online presence for everything first party claim related.
So this is really cool, and I think about this, and it astounds me that nothing like this has existed before. Because, I became an adjuster. I was licensed as a IA, and to get my IA license, all I had to do was learn a little bit about very basic policy building stuff, and that was basically it. There was no training on actually how to look for damage, how to inspect it, how shingles are composed of, how they're set up. So it makes me understand that as far as adjusters go and most of the industry, to get licensed is not the same as learning how these materials interact and all the different things that go into building structures.
Oh, you're absolutely right. If you were like me, and that's the same thing for public adjusters, and probably worse for contractors, they don't even have a license most of the time. But once you get in, you realize that there's a lot of stuff that you don't know. You BS your way through it, and you really suck in the beginning. So I don't know if you were like me, or I don't know how many homeowners you screwed over accidentally, John, when you were an IA. But I'm sure there
Well,
were at least a few, right?
well, I mean, you think about it though, there's a whole other level of that because of the way that you're structured and your job works as an IA. But, as far as what we were able to do and not able to do, it was all based on not industry standards or construction standards, but based more on what was best fiduciary for the carrier. And making sure that we were following whatever that specific carrier's guidelines were, and they were different from carrier to carrier. There was nothing that was like, hey, this is what should be done or not done.
Which is really strange because how long ago was this?
This was Hurricane Irma, so that would have been 2017.
Okay, that actually wasn't that long ago. So, well, never mind. I was going to say, back when I got started, almost every carrier was working off of an ISO form, almost standardized insurance policy. Even though they all had
Right.
different guidelines, they were all working off the same basic policy. There was a few changes in each one of them, but for the most part, it was all the same. And yet they still had different guidelines from one carrier to the next, and that seemed to dictate how much the price of the policy was. But even agents don't really know what they're selling anymore because every policy has become so different from one to the next. None of them are really based on that ISO form anymore. They've all got a completely bastardized system. It's a it's a different world than it used to be. So getting into this now, especially if you're young in this, there's way too much to learn all at once. You could spend the next 2 years banging your head against the wall trying to learn everything you can as quickly as you can,
Mm-hmm.
or you can get some education, try to shorten your learning curve to as short a period of time as possible so you can start making money as quickly as possible. And also make sure you're doing the right job for your people. If you're not competent in what you're doing, you should try to become competent or don't do it.
Well,
I
absolutely. And
don't
so, like,
half-ass
listening to
anything.
what you guys are putting together, this sounds like something that's revolutionary and something that we desperately need in the industry. So, essentially, what you're saying is you guys are going to be setting the baseline for what should be actual industry standard practices instead of being this this type, like right now it seems like it's just whatever, it's subjective to whoever's interpreting whatever, and there's no clear like, hey, this is what should be done, this is what shouldn't be done. So you guys are trying to bring that together. Is that how I understand it?
I mean, a lot of that exists already, but it's small pieces of it that's being presented separately. And collecting all of that data and collating it all and having it for your specific job, it's difficult to find.
Mm-hmm.
What we're talking about isn't a boot camp. It isn't a week or a 3 day or a 2 day course. I mean, we've got some of those, and we're going to have online courses that are free and membership portals and all kinds of stuff for online content as well. But the goal is to collate all of that information that everybody has and they're selling individually and bring it all under one umbrella and have
Okay.
just one place for all of that to be available so that you don't really have to go digging to find the best of the best. I don't know if we'll ever be able to set a industry standard. Um, we can try, but every state's so very different. It would be difficult to do something like that when there's case law from every state or something along those lines. The different regulations are going to make a huge difference on how something is applied from one state to the next, but we can have state-specific courses as well. I know that there are at least 3 different states that we will do specific stuff on: Florida, Texas, probably Colorado, thinking about California. But overall, if you have anything that you really need to know more about, we want to become the source that you go to. Go to National Claims Institute, and they're going to have something on it. And if they don't, then let us know, and we'll make something on it so that it's all available right there. But
That's
I think
amazing,
that
dude.
that is unique.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's so unique, and it's so incredibly needed to just start to bring some clarity. And I feel like that's really what this is leading to. At least not being so fragmented, and at least bringing a lot of that data together in a way that's respected and is able to, you know, withstand the rigors of adjusters and what they deem as being appropriate information that they can actually go off of.
yeah. We want to train the opposite side as well. We'd like to have IAs come in and learn as well. Um, Carrier adjusters and anybody that has anything to do with first party property, we want to bring them in. We're going to have courses for attorneys. I can't tell you how many times I've had a conversation with someone there. They got their buddy attorney to do something because that buddy attorney knows how to deal with contract law or something along those lines. And they don't realize that insurance is completely different and
Right.
there's a completely different strategy involved. So Remington Huggins is going to be doing a lot of stuff with me. He's part of this as well. He's going to be teaching first party property attorneys. I think that's the right term. I kind of wish he was right next to me right now. If I could just ask him. But we're going to get pretty detailed on things. But our first courses are going to be offered late July, early August. We're really pushing hard. My 24 hours a day right now is doing everything I can to set this thing up so that there's enough available when we first open that it doesn't seem like a ghost town. But I'm
So
excited about making this work out.
come
Do
July, what
what?
do those courses look like? How do you sign up for it, and what are you going to
All right.
get
So
training wise?
our first course which is going to be brick and mortar. And I'll have something online presented out so that people can pre-register for it. But it's going to be on the proper residential inspection for a composition shingle roof.
Okay.
It's a week long. If you know much about me, you know that I really get into detail on everything. I don't leave any stone unturned. You come to
No, you
this
don't.
course and you're going to know exactly how to determine if there's a claim here or not before
I
you even
like
get
it.
off the roof.
I like
So
it.
you don't have to wonder, should I file this? Should I not? What is hail? What isn't hail? What's subjective? What's worth it? I'm even going to teach how to read a deck page. We're going to get into the software used in order to verify storm dates. We're going to get into all the different technical aspects so that you can get on the roof from brand new and be able to describe everything as if you've been doing this for years. And even those of you that have been out there doing this for a long time, I promise you, there's always more to learn.
Yep.
I'm going to learn from my students at the same time that I'm teaching them. It's going to happen. There's
Yep.
always more to learn. We're really going to get into details on this. It's going to be great. This first course is even being sponsored by Company Cam and Hail Trace combined, which is really cool.
That's
So
cool.
that's going to be late July or first week of August. We haven't been able to set a date yet, but as soon as we get that, we're going to send that out and offer pre-registration so people can sign up. There will be a limited amount of seats because it is a brick and mortar setup. We will offer this course in parts online eventually, but not right away. There's honestly too much for this one particular subject for it to be online.
Yeah, I
And
don't
if you
think you
come brick and
can
mortar,
pick up shingles online, so it's gonna be kind of tough.
yeah, I mean it would be tough. We're talking about photos, so we want people to be very hands-on on this. So
Yeah.
feel a hail hit. What does it feel like? See wind, see vandalism next to wind, so you can tell the difference.
Yeah. No, that's
When
really
you're done
cool.
with this course, there's going to be an exam and there's going to be a certification, and you will
Perfect.
be NCI certified residential composition roof inspector, kind of like the Hague designation.
Yeah,
You could be the first class. That'd be
that
pretty
would be
cool.
cool. That would be really cool. Well, I'm really excited
Yeah.
about that, and congratulations to you guys and C3 Group. I'm sure they're a part of this as well. Congrats to all them and for putting this together, Remington. This is you guys are the experts, man, when it comes to this stuff. And you're right. I know you well enough to know that, Matt. Like whatever you guys do, you're not. It's going to be very detailed. And I've watched, the videos that you put out. They're entertaining, but also extremely informative. So I encourage everyone to make sure that you guys are following Matt and what he's got going on, and listening to the way you guys talk and the way this is going to be set up. I have no doubt that it's going to be an amazing thing that you guys are putting together, and also much needed in our industry. Let's be real. Like this has been needed for a
I
long
think so.
time, and hopefully this will help to clear up some of the confusion and issues that we have as contractors and you guys have as PAs and attorneys and legal side of this, IAs, with understanding what really needs to happen on a lot of these claims from a more granular, specific level. So thank you for what you're doing here.
Yeah, I expose BS with listening to this bull on both sides of the aisle, and we have a lot of BS on our side. I
Yeah.
don't talk about it as much as I do about the carrier bull, but I do talk about it. One of the things that we're really missing on our end of the claim is knowledge. We as an industry, we file way too many frivolous claims. And we write for things that we really shouldn't be writing for just because we're trying to increase our profits. And there's better ways to do things so that we as an industry improve in such a way that the carriers don't look at us like we're greedy and just scum. If we
I
can start
agree.
getting along with them, they'll stop doing some of the things they're doing. If we stop filing frivolous claims, the industry will correct and they won't be denying real claims as much. I'm sure they still will. Their insurance companies.
Yeah, that's the
You know what
truth,
I
man.
mean? It's
But
it's
I appreciate this,
definitely.
and I think it's really important. And I encourage everyone watching to go check it out. Like the Facebook page. You guys have a website set up already?
Yep. Nationalclaims.institute. If you forget that and you do .com, it'll still take you there.
Cool. Well, that's perfect, man.
Um,
And if there's anything we can do to help you out, you know that we're always available to help spread the word. And if you guys start seeing more stuff, let us know. But I'm really excited about this effort to steer things in the right direction and like I said, bring clarity. And that's so needed. Education, knowledge is the most powerful thing, I believe, and that's why we do what we do, and that's why I know why you do what you do. And the
that's why I
more that
like
we
your
can
show
help
so
the industry
much.
grow together, the better it is for everyone. So thank you so much for putting this together, Matt, and all the things that you're doing for this amazing industry.
I really appreciate the kind words. You know, it's great being on this show to be able to talk this the first time. This is the first show that I really, really got myself into because of the amount of information I was able to collect, which is still just scratching the surface sometimes. I mean, you'll have plenty of episodes with lots of information going forward.
I
Anyway,
agree, man. There's so much stuff to touch on, and it's just the beginning. And same thing with what you guys do. I love listening to what you guys are doing and all the things that you have going on. So, but thank you so much for being on here today. We'll make sure to get the word out as quick as possible, and hopefully help you guys get as many people into this, because I think this is extremely important for our industry, and this is groundbreaking. Like, this is revolutionary.
I mean, I don't feel like a revolutionist, but that's probably because I don't have like a Molotov cocktail in my hand at the moment. Yeah, maybe a little.
Hey, you got the beard, you got that cool hat. I'm just gonna say it, Matt. You are a person all of your own, and I love the way that you do things, and I appreciate that so much about you. So thank you for your for the way that you're doing the way that you're doing the things that you're doing, because it's really, really amazing to watch. So.
Yes, sir. Likewise.
All right.
Thanks.
So go check them out, nationalclaims.institute. Like them on Facebook. We're going to link that in the description, so make sure to go down there and check it out. Also, the Facebook page will be linked as well, so make sure to like them, follow what they're doing, get involved. If this is something you're passionate about and you want to become better at your craft, sign up for this first class. Sign up for this first event that they're doing and be a part of it. Get around people like Matt, because he's one of the best in the industry, and he's extremely knowledgeable. Remington, the whole team at C3, all the things that they got going on, they are putting out so much great information to help us become better, and that's what I appreciate so much about them. And so thank you guys for everything that you're doing.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate you having me on.
Absolutely. We'll see you soon.
Take care.
Thanks so much for watching today's show. Make sure to like and subscribe our pages so that you can stay up to date with every episode. And by the way, this show is all about you, the American contractor. Be sure to comment and let us know what you want to hear about and what subjects you want us to touch on. We'll be sure to include them in a future episode. Thanks again, and I hope you have a great day.